Hi, I'm JU. Welcome to my channel. Now, the purpose of this video is to help young men learn from my mistakes and mistakes I've seen other men make growing up, right? So I'm 28 years old right now. I'm at the tail end of my 20s, and there's a lot of things that I've done and my peers have done that have hindered our success and our progress. So we're going to talk about the top 3 ways that most guys waste their 20s today. The first way a lot of young men end up wasting their 20s is a lack of direction and goals. A lot of times we go through school, we're doing what everybody else told us, and then by the time we get out of school, if we're not forced into the military or forced to go to college, then we're just outside. We don't really have much guidance, we don't have direction. We didn't think of a plan when we were in high school to, okay, what were we gonna do? For me, luckily, I went to college on a football scholarship, but a lot of my friends, they didn't have that. They were just pushed out into the world and they didn't have any direction. A lot of them fell into things that they shouldn't have been doing. They didn't have any goals. And now a lot of them today, they still, yeah, they have stuff that they want to do. They have stuff that they talk about doing, but they still don't have a clear direction. They still don't have clear goals set for themselves. So the first thing I suggest that you guys do, if you're a young guy, maybe you're 18, maybe you're 20, anywhere between 20 and 25, is write a list of goals that you have. Start out with the biggest goals and then start setting smaller milestones in between that. So, okay, so you want to have a couple $1,000,000 by the time you're 30. Okay, if you're 20, by the time you're 25, you want to at least have 10K, 25K saved up and just keep increasing per year. Now, this is going to take some discipline. It's going to take you actually learning a skill that's going to generate you some income. And to me, I don't care what it is. It can be content creation, some form of trading, some form of art, some form of sports, selling some type of product or service. It really doesn't matter what you do, but you just want to start becoming a student of the game of whatever you want to do and set your goals, have a clear direction, and work on it relentlessly every day. I suggest if you're 18 and you're thinking about going to college or the military, I suggest you taking a gap year, spending some time figuring out what you actually want to do. If you don't already know, go see the world, experience some other cultures, and then come back and just start working relentlessly. So the second way that most men end up wasting their 20s is going to be choosing comfort over growth. I was reading a book recently called How to Read People Like a Book, and it was a section about it just talking about how us as humans, a lot of us are wired to move towards pleasure and away from pain. Now, to be disciplined and actually to be successful in this life, you got to kind of work the opposite way. You got to move towards that pain and go through those hard things, the things that you don't feel like doing, like reading, like going to the gym, learning a skill. And you got to move away from what most of the people around you are going to be doing. Most of the people at a young age, they're going to be doing drugs, they're going to be doing partying, they're going to be being promiscuous, messing with a lot of different girls that they shouldn't be messing with. And you, as a young guy, you got to understand that I have to get away from a lot of these people, right? And through doing those more painful things, you're going to meet other like-minded people, even if they're a little bit older. It's better for you to step away from your group of friends for a while if they're not on what you're on, if they're not on the same frequency that you're on as far as being disciplined and moving towards success. Because yeah, all our friends at a young age, we all had big dreams. We all talked about doing certain things, but at some point you're going to realize a lot of them are not going to be willing to put the work in, and you'll see it. You'll have those friends that they know that you're trying to be disciplined, and they'll still try to get you to do things that are undisciplined, like going out to party and drink and smoke and just see degenerate girls. It'll be beneficial for you to identify these traits in certain people and identify the people that are disciplined and hang out with them more if you're going to hang out with anybody. And start doing things that you can progress together. These iron sharpen iron activities that I talk about in other videos, like going to work out with your friend, going to box with your friend, sitting down in a quiet room, no distractions, no phones, thinking about ideas and then putting those ideas into action, reading the same books at the same time and bouncing ideas back and forth off each other. These are all iron sharpen iron type of activities where you're only going to be making each other better. You have to be willing to go to the edge of your comfort zone and take a step. A lot of people are going to live in their comfort zone their whole lives, and they're not going to be successful. If you want to be successful, you have to do the stuff that certain people are not willing to do. And it's going to take some growth. It's going to be some growing pains. But once you understand that a lot of the stuff that makes you better is actually more fun, you're going to be at a point where the ball is just rolling at that point. Because if you fall in love with the gym, you start enjoying it, you start to enjoy reading, you start to enjoy meditating, you start to enjoy working on your business relentlessly every night, every morning, then hey, big things are gonna happen for you, because now, and it's gonna be easy for you. Like, the other people are gonna be looking like, oh, he went to the gym 8, 9, 10 times this week. How does he do that? He's overtraining, he's doing too much. Like, a lot of people are gonna be thinking like that, where you're gonna be thinking like, well, what else was I supposed to be doing at this time? All of y'all are sitting around smoking, getting high, sitting in the car with each other, thinking about what y'all wanna do instead of actually taking action and doing it, while you are actually being the example and putting in the work. The third way most guys end up wasting their 20s is gonna be unhealthy relationships. Hookup culture will put you in a cycle of meeting a girl, telling her everything she wants to hear, and you end up with a relationship just because you wanted to have sex with her, and then you are end up in a toxic situation where there's no really growth between y'all. Y'all aren't going to be as polarized, and it's hard for young guys to have polarized relationships nowadays, right? Because to have a true polarized relationship, you're going to have to be a full protector and a full provider. Most of the women your age, they're going to be trying to be masculine and feminine as far as going to school, working, and doing all these things, and still trying to be a girlfriend at the same time. So you're not going to have a polarized relationship 9 times out of 10. If you do find one, then hey, I suggest you lock it down and, commit to that woman. But if it's not there for you, don't try to force it by going out and meeting slutty women that are in clubs and doing degenerate activities, drinking, smoking all the time. Like, you don't want to just fall into a relationship with any of these type of women, because it will hinder your progress. You will be wasting your money, you will be wasting your time, you will be wasting your energy, all on trying to keep a relationship with somebody that is probably not even thinking about being with you the long term anyway. And maybe she will be thinking about it long term, but a lot of women don't understand how they take away from a guy. Because if you're in a relationship, you're going to be thinking about how you can make her life better all the time, 24/7, right? From all your actions, you're going to be considering her and how you can make her life better. And you will also be on deck for her 24/7. As soon as she needs you, if you are able to be there, you're going to be there. And a lot of women, especially women at a young age, they are not even capable of reciprocating that energy because they don't know how. The mom didn't teach them how to keep a man. And a lot of y'all only have examples from your fathers that were weak and pussies. A lot of y'all only have examples from them teaching you, oh, happy wife, happy life. Oh, as long as the family's good, then it doesn't matter if they're depressed, if they're stressed out too much, if they're on the verge of offing themselves. It doesn't matter as long as the family's happy, right? A lot of y'all fathers acted in that way, and y'all have picked up those traits. So you're going to end up in an unhealthy relationship and putting the woman over you. You know how in my other videos I always talk about it. God, purpose, self. Everything under that is negotiable. If it doesn't align with your hierarchy, and she doesn't respect your hierarchy, then you gotta cut her off. I think the unhealthy relationship is probably gonna be the biggest hurdle for a lot of guys, because some guys, they are coming out of high school with those unhealthy relationships. And some guys, you go to college, you meet a girl, or you're going out to clubs, you meet a girl, and it's fun, right? It's fun at first. You don't really see how much time you're wasting and energy you're wasting and money you're wasting, because you're young, you're dumb, and you're having fun. But before you know it, you're going to be 23, you're going to be 24, you're going to be 25, and you're going to look back and see how much progress that you've missed out. And you're going to look at your peers that haven't been focused on girls and relationships, and they're going to be 10 times ahead of you. So if you are a young guy, 18, 19 or younger, maybe early 20s, anywhere under 25, and you're watching this video, definitely take it into consideration and implement some of these things I've been talking about. You have to have clear directions and clear goals. Set them for yourselves. Choose the pain, choose the harder things over the comfortable things, because the comfort zone is where dreams go to die. And stay away from unhealthy relationships. And mind you, this is not just women. It can be friends that are leading you in the wrong direction, or those friends that make fun of you for trying to better yourself, the ones that don't understand the things that you are trying to do for yourself. You gotta get away from wanting to fit in with everybody, because if you are gonna be extraordinary, then you're not gonna be ordinary. You're gonna be different. You're gonna be a level above most people. It's gonna take some getting used to, but you are capable, you are able to do it, and you have your whole life ahead of you.